back at it. Real Man Movement with that rite of passage, Vontrell Williams graduating. Hey, give us a little something.
Real Man Movement.
There it is, yes sir. Real Man Movement, baby. What's up, family? Tank Commander Zulu back at you once again, and the Real Man Movement. Today is a special day for the Tank Commander. I'm here with my brother Brian.
What's up? What's
All
up?
right, my brother Brian Williams, my blood brother. And today we are celebrating a rite of passage for my son, Vontrell Williams. And you guys may know him as the Young Bull. Today is a day of rite of passage. That's what we're dealing with today here at the Real Man Movement. A real man and the rite of passage. We're going to talk about it and discuss it as we move forward with the video. Once again, thanks to all my subscribers, those that subscribe, watch the videos, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. And if you are not subscribed, you need to subscribe. When you subscribe to the channel, it makes the channel more visible to people who are looking and needing this type of encouragement and this type of positive direction. The Real Man Movement. Let's talk about it. Tank Commander Zulu, let's get to it. Doing it. Young Bull. Young Bull. Young Bull. There it is. Rites of passage. What does it mean to a real man to experience a rite of passage? Well, we all know that the common understanding of a rite of passage is simply a celebration, achieving a goal and celebrating that achievement. It's a rite of passage. But here at the Real Man Movement, we sharpen the characteristics of men. We want all our young men, old men as well, to be real men. Not just to be a male, but to be a real man. Real men handle rites of passage very differently than the average male. What do you mean by that, Tank Commander Zulu? Well, a real man experiences many rites of passage in his lifetime. Not just the simple things like graduating from high school and getting your driver's license and some of those things that are commonly known in the society we live in. And those things are also things that real men do achieve, of course. But greater rites of passage that real men experience and achieve. One would be when you become a father. That's a real rite of passage for a real man. The responsibilities that come with becoming a father. It's a great rite of passage, and it's a real experience for a real man. Young Bull, get that Young Bull!
All right, my bro!
Another rite of passage for a real man is being able to care for those who can't care for themselves. When you're able to do that and stand in the gap as a real man, that is a rite of passage for a real man. Taking care of your responsibilities is another rite of passage for a real man. Many things you'll achieve in life, from the simple things to the most complex things. You have to maintain your position as a real man as you go through life. Go get that, Young Bull! Some of the things that you're going to be faced with as a real man men recede from the challenge. Many men turn their back. They don't deserve a rite of passage in some areas. You know, in many different cultures, in particularly the African culture, the rite of passage can be a very, very scary thing. There's one tradition in Africa that when a young boy becomes a man, in order to prove that the young boy is ready to become a man, he's faced with a very, very difficult challenge. And many times it entails him slaughtering or killing a beast, or facing the fear of challenging a beast, such as a lion. And conquering that task is a rite of passage for that young boy to become a man. This is how you get past those days when you're not feeling it. Days when you're feeling lazy. Days when you don't feel like pushing. You know how you fix that? There's only one way to fix that, and it works every time, by doing this. This is how you get past it. Work. Real man movement. In that culture, if you're not able to pass that particular rite of passage, then you're not considered a real man. I know that seems kind of almost barbaric to some people, but it holds a lot of truths within. Actually, in order to become a real man, you have to face daunting tasks. You have to be able to face tasks that are scary, that other men would not be able to face. In other words, they don't have the heart or the courage to face certain tasks.
There we go, son. Come on. Work. There you go. Good. Stay focused. There you go. Good stretch. See, we just believe in working. We don't believe in none of that pretty boy stuff. We believe in real results.
You see, here at the Real Man Movement, concerning the rite of passage, we focus on the tough task. Graduating high school is excellent. Graduating college is beautiful. Getting a driver's license is awesome. But the real task, the scary things that men are going to be faced with, assuming responsibility when you least expect it. Some of you men have had to take care of your own siblings because of a death or untimely death of a parent, or the detachment or abandonment of a parent. Some of you young men, we were young men, we had to step in the gap to become men at a very, very early age. That's a rite of passage. Somehow you made it. That means you had to become the father, the protector, the provider almost of your siblings. That's a scary thing. That's a scary responsibility to be placed on you at a very early age, suddenly. But it's a rite of passage for a man. A real man.
Natural strength. Work hard. Don't even think about stopping. Don't think about quitting. You stay the whole time till you get the goal. Get to the goal that you came to the gym for. You work hard. You stay focused. You motivate yourself. You produce positive energy.
You know, there's many tasks that a real man has to face in his life. The rite of passage to becoming a real man must include some scary things. Just as I said earlier about the tradition in some parts of Africa. When that young boy gets to the turning stage in his life and wants to become a man, well, he has to prove that. You don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm a man, and have no responsibilities. You don't wake up one morning and say, I'm a man, and you refuse to take care of your family. You're scared of the task. You're scared to take care of your children. You're scared to go out there and be a provider. That's the task that you're afraid to face. Just like that young man in Africa, when he's faced with the task to go and attack that lion. What if he says no? What if fear overtakes him and he says he can't go forward? Well, in that culture, he's not considered a real man. He did not accept the rite of passage in being a real man. You see, it's a very, very different situation. The rites of passage for a real man. Very, very different. Every accomplishment we make as real men, we should congratulate ourselves for doing what other men won't do, what other men refuse to do.
Let's get down to it. There you go. Work. Work. There you go. Good stretch, son. Good stretch. Total body development. Natural. All natural. Let's go. We talking next level strength here, y'all. Next level. There you go, son. Real man movie.
When I went to my first combat zone at the age of 19 years old, it was a very scary task. More horror than I could probably explain to you on this camera to make you really feel it. Didn't think I was gonna come out, but I did. Not only did I come out, I came out as a man. I went in as a boy, and I came out as a man. That was a rite of passage for me. And many men have similar stories. You don't have to be in the military or go into actual combat to be considered a real man, but you surely and definitely have to tackle real tasks. Tasks that are scary. Tasks that make you feel like, I don't know what to do. How do I do this? Like I said, many of you had to take care of your siblings. Had to take care of loved ones who were unable to take care of themselves. And the task was scary. But if you tackled it like a real man and you overcame it, that was a rite of passage for you. There's many rites of passages for a real man. And in all of them, many men won't accept the challenge of the rite of passage. Because it's scary. It doesn't come with any instructions. It comes with having faith and being courageous. Will we accept these rites of passages? Many men don't accept certain rites of passages. You see, The rites of passage deal goes a little deeper than just personal achievements. It's achieving hard tasks. Tasks that take you outside of your comfort zone. Tasks that make you sacrifice a part of yourself. You see, when you're able to do that, that's a true rite of passage for a real man. It was wonderful this week watching all those young men and women go on to the next step of life and go through their rite of passage in graduating high school. I applaud that because many don't graduate high school. Doesn't mean that they're failures, but it just means that particular rite of passage, for whatever reason, they didn't achieve. That's why in life there's many rites of passages, and particularly for real men. One thing as men that we gotta really truly understand is that we were made to be tough. That's right, I said it. Made to be hard. That's not saying anything negative. It's only saying something that's true. You know, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. And that's a true statement. You have to be around real men to understand how real men move. You have to be around real men to understand the thinking pattern of a real man. That's the iron sharpening the iron. To you young brothers and sisters out there, honor a real man in your life. If you don't know a real man, you need to get to know a real man. And pattern your lifestyle from the example of that real person, that real man in your life that you have encountered and experienced. You see, as a real man, our rites of passage are a little bit deeper than the general rites of passage. You have to be able to assume some responsibility and celebrate assuming that responsibility. Another rite of passage for me is when I really made my connection with God. I surrendered myself to God, and that was a rite of passage for me. There's many different rites of passages for real men. They're deeper than just the graduation. It's deeper than just getting a driver's license. Or some of those things that are so socially traditional that once you achieve it, the value of it kind of subsides. But real men, when we achieve a real rite of passage, it never subsides. It never gets old or deteriorates. You being a father never gets old. You being a husband never gets old. You being a person who accepts responsibilities and be the one to say that I'll stand in the gap for those who cannot stand on their own, that never gets old. You gotta be cut from a certain cloth to do that. That's what real men are. That's the rite of passage for a real man. As these young men and women go on into society from graduating high school, I salute you. It's the beginning of many rites of passages, and particularly for the young men. There's many many decisions that have to be made. There's many achievements that have to be attained. Are you fit for the task? Can you handle the task of a real man? That's all we got today. Tank Commander Zulu, signing out.